All right, here's a demo of the feature request that I would like to see in F#, or that I'd like to see come to Ionide that's currently in OmniSharp. So if we create a new C# project, let's just call it A, and we do a .NET new xunit, which will default to C#. And we can restore, and we can test. It runs the one test, but when we pull that into code, so you can actually run the test here within Visual Studio Code. So this is the code lens that I'd like to see in Ionide as well. So I can run one specific test, but more importantly, I can debug into that test as well. So this is pretty fancy. And now I've hit the breakpoint. And I can see the variables, and I can step through the code, and I can debug it. That'd be really awesome to have. So some stuff that does work in Ionide currently that's worth demonstrating is I'm just going to update this to the latest 15.3. Do not update xunit yet if you want the debug to work. As I just showed you, there is a bug 1733, and as soon as the OmniSharp 1.13 is released, that bug will be fixed. But it looks like xunit changed their API and require the framework to be passed in, which was throwing a null pointer exception. So don't upgrade yet, those two, if you want OmniSharp to work. But I'm just going to demo some additional features that are pretty cool. So if we add a couple of .NET .NET xunit and the watcher tools. The combination is pretty awesome. This does work for F# as well. So we'll do a .NET restore, and xunit created their own test runner, which works for the project. It can output. It can have different output, such that the output you can hook up into your CI systems a little bit better. So it just ran the one test as well, and if you run .NET watch, this enabled the watch, and you run .NET watch xunit, so it's going to sit here and wait for me to change a file in the project. So I'll do assert true and false. Hit save, and when I hit save, it automatically runs the unit test. You can see that it failed, and I'll change that to true. Hit save. And it passed the test. So that's how that works. So just to demonstrate, in F#, we create a B project, and this is .NET new xunit lang is F#. And we start to code that. So we do have our test here, and we can edit the libraries and bump that up to the latest stable, and we can change xunit to the latest 2.3, and we can pull in those two CLI libraries. And they're also the latest. All right, so we got the latest on everything, and I can .NET restore. I can .NET test, which runs the built-in test runner. I can run the .NET xunit, which runs the xunit test runner. And I can also do watch on the xunit. And as I, so I'll just hit make this fail as well. And you can see it failed, and I'll hit save. So I could add a bunch of tests here. I could add fsunit, xunit, and make it do more functional style tests. And ideally, what I would like to see is here. I'd like to see that code lens where I could run the test, run a specific test, and debug into that test. So a really useful workflow that I use in Visual Studio is to write a test, and then as I'm working through the code, to debug specifically into that test. So anyway, that's what I want. Hope that helps, and I will write it up soon.